Hi guys and welcome back. Today's video is a new recipe and something that I don't think we've done before. It's fresh cheese and I think I was always intimidated by fresh cheese. I felt like it wouldn't taste as good or it would be very difficult to make, but surprisingly it's very simple, so let's just see how we make it. So what you'll need for this recipe is 3 liters of milk, about 100 milliliters of lemon juice, yogurt, natural yogurt, from 100 to 125 grams or milliliters, depends on the pot, and then a tablespoon of salt. You can add more, or less. You can add less if you want to, but like it needs to be salty. Cheese needs to be salty. So the first step is to add in your milk and to warm it up, and on medium heat. Use full fat in order for this recipe to work, and we don't let it bubble, just to make sure like there are bubbles on the edges, then we can move to the next step. Okay, so now that you can see bubbles start to form at the edge, we add in our yogurt, and we add only half and then mix it and then add the other half. So now you add in your other half. And you just mix it. And now we add in, after mixing in our yogurt, we add in our lemon juice. So now it's going to look like moldy or like rotten milk, but this is what we need for the recipe. So as you can see, there's been this sort of separation. So this is exactly what we need. Now we're just going to cover it and we'll let it cook for like 15 minutes or until like it separates even more. And we need this to be on low heat. Okay, so now we will like filter out the liquid from our cheese, and we're using a double strainer, and we're just going to take like a fresh and clean piece of cloth for this, and we will start to pour in our milk, cheese, yogurt situation. Okay, so after removing all of the water possible, you just wrap the fabric around and you just let it drip on its own. And also don't forget to don't discard of the full water. We're going to need a couple of tablespoons later on. So now we're going to wait for it to cool down a little before we start working on it. Okay, so after it has cooled down and strained from all the excess water, also if you see any specks, don't be intimidated by it, because that would be just like the milk probably stuck to the bottom of the pan or the pot, even if it's heavy. So now we just transfer it to a pot and we start to work it with salt. So after opening it up a little, we add in our salt and we start to mix it. So you can also add in the salt and gently mix it with your hand if you need to. So now we just take our cheese mixture and we take a container or something that we're going to put it in for overnight. Usually fresh cheese is round, so we're just going to take it, put it in a bowl and press it. Okay, so after pressing it down, we just add about 2 tablespoons of the water we used, or the water that we strained, just so that the cheese doesn't end up being dry. This is the water we strained earlier from the cheese mixture. So now we just take our tablespoon and we just go around, and we add about 2. So now we just cover it with plastic wrap and we put it in the fridge overnight, and the water we've added will will be absorbed by the cheese to make it give it a softer texture. So this is what it looks like after being chilled in the fridge overnight. And as you can see, it has held up its shape very well. It really does feel like cheese. So if you can see these little specks over here, these are just the milk that like stuck at the bottom of the pot, even though it was very heavy. So you have to pay really close attention so that it doesn't really stick to the bottom. But then I think the taste is very good actually. It's actual cheese. You can serve it however you want. You can like drizzle honey on the top, or like with the tomato jam that I made, that would be really good. You can serve it with charcuterie too, like the cheese board. It's amazing either way. Like even on its own, it's good. So this brings us to the end of today's video. Again, if you like this content, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow on our Instagram and Facebook pages so you can get the latest updates. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!